All right, everybody, good evening to you on this wonderful Tuesday night. I'm Savannah Louie here with Atlanta News First at the First Alert Desk. We've got your top 5 stories, everything you need to know as we close out the evening here in the Atlanta metro area. So glad that you could join us here. If you're popping online from Facebook or from YouTube, feel free to drop a little hello in the comments. Would always love to hear from you guys. And with that, we're going to get started. And we're going to actually start with a story that is taking place, that's happening right here in the Atlanta area, but that is having a huge ripple effect all across the country. And pull up this man right here. You're probably familiar with this man, Dr. Charles Stanley, Pastor Emeritus at First Baptist Church of Atlanta. He's also the founder of In Touch Ministries. Well, Dr. Charles Stanley passed away Tuesday morning, the announcement made earlier today. According to his family, Stanley passed away peacefully at his home. He served as senior pastor of the First Baptist Church of Atlanta for more than 50 years, for 51 years, in fact. Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens has issued a statement on the passing of Dr. Stanley. He says, quote, "I am saddened to hear of the passing of one of Atlanta's most influential faith leaders, Dr. Charles Stanley." He later goes on to say, with Atlanta as his base, he created a global broadcast ministry that eventually reached people in 150 countries. Today, I join Atlanta and those he reached around the world in offering prayers of condolence to the entire Stanley family, as well as the In Touch Ministries family. Now, before Dr. Stanley joined the staff of the First Baptist Church in Atlanta, he served as pastor of the Fruitland Baptist Church near Hendersonville in North Carolina. He also served at the First Baptist of Fairborn, Ohio, First Baptist of Miami, Florida, and First Baptist of Bartow. He later went on to become associate pastor of First Baptist Church of Atlanta in October of 1969, and just 2 years later, in 1971, he became the longtime senior pastor of that church. The following year, he launched his broadcast ministry with a 30-minute program, The Chapel Hour, which we used to air on WANF. If you're joining us online, you might be familiar with our station, WANF, Atlanta News First, but we did used to air his programming here. So this has been a story where we have heard from people all across the country. I know in my personal experience, I have had friends from across the country reaching out to us here at our station, offering support and also offering questions about what happened and how people are responding to the death of this longtime pastor, this very influential man here. Now, I did speak with someone earlier today. I actually went over to that church where he used to give sermons, and I spoke with a woman who had followed him for decades, and she told me that he had offered her some really influential insight into a few different areas of her life, one of them being spiritual gifts. That was one of the sermons that he was best known for, was helping people find their spiritual gifts. And so I'll have her story and her insight for you guys if you join us tonight at 10 o'clock on Peachtree TV, and then also later tonight at 11 o'clock on WANF. I'll have both of those stories for you this evening, or that story for you this evening. I want to move on now to another story happening here in the Atlanta area, and this is a story we've been following for a few weeks now. All right, here we go. Family members of Jason Saltler, that is one of those men you just saw on your screen. He is formerly a missing Atlanta business partner who mysteriously disappeared less than 2 months ago. Well, today, investigators confirm they found his body burned near a farm in Chattahoochee Hills. Again, this is Jason Saltler. He and his business partner, Kenny Guerra, were last seen in February of this year in East Point. Both men are fathers. They own Rockstar Lifestyle Print Shop in South Fulton County. During a press conference held Tuesday, his family expressed their heartbreak. They described Jason as a very special person and a pillar in the community. The police found 2 burned bodies in the area of Chattahoochee Hills And this happens just 2 weeks after Jason's 40th birthday. Both bodies were unrecognizable, and they had to use dental records to confirm one of those bodies was Jason. And investigators are still working to identify that other body that was found burned. Now, a little background information here. Jason and his business partner, again, his name is Kenny Guerra, both had plans to meet up the day they both disappeared. That's according to their family. Investigators say they found those men's cars in different locations. And again, they have not identified the other body that was found near Jason's remains. We do have a reporter on this story tonight, reporter Tori Cooper. She is following this story very closely. I know she's already spoken with family tonight, and she's getting us all the details. She's also the person who has been reaching out to the family for several weeks now, covering this story, speaking with them, getting more information about what they're going through, asking those really tough questions, and listening to those really difficult answers as well. So she's going to bring us an update later tonight on WANF along with Peachtree TV. Hopefully you can join us for that. Now, I want to get to another story here that is also something we've been following for a few weeks now, and it is the runoff election. A couple of jurisdictions holding pretty big runoffs today. First, we're talking about Mableton. These men on your screen are the two candidates that made it into today's runoff for the mayor of Mableton. Aaron Carmen facing Michael Owens on your screen. Now, there are also runoffs for City Council Districts 2, 3, 4, and 5 in Mableton. Now, on the south side, voters in Clayton County are heading to the polls to decide who their next sheriff will be. Levon Allen is facing Clarence Cox. Allen is Hill's handpicked successor, who is currently the interim sheriff, and Cox is the chief investigator for the Fulton County Solicitor General's office. One of these two men on your screen right now will serve the remainder of Hill's term. Polls are closed. We are currently waiting for all of those results to come in, and as they do continue to fill in and filter in, we're going to bring you all the latest updates. Of course, you can join us online on the Atlanta News First app. Also, we're on air tonight as well, 9/10 on Peachtree TV, 11 o'clock on WANF. Hopefully you can join us for some of those results, especially if you live in Mableton or Clayton County. A lot of people having their eyes on those two races. They're pretty big there. I want to get to a troubling story now concerning a high school student at Cedar Grove. There is a video that is surfaced that appears to show a teacher assaulting a student. This student is apparently a 9th grader at the school, and in that video you can see the girl falling backwards as the classroom door is slammed in her face. This all reportedly happened at Cedar Grove High School on Monday, and from here I'm going to actually have our reporter Amanda Rose take it from here. She's been covering this story, and she'll bring us more insight into what people are saying and how this could have happened, and also how the district is responding.
We're told it happened inside this school Monday during 4th period. The 9th grader didn't want to talk on camera, but tells me she's traumatized and afraid to go back to school.
Let go my door!
My daughter fell down to the ground. She could have hit her head on the concrete. I mean, it could have been worse than what it was.
Markia Steed is furious, watching what appears to be her daughter getting pushed to the ground.
Whoa, yeah, you going to jail?
This video was shot by another student.
I want this man arrested. He should have been arrested immediately when he put his hands on my child.
Steed claims it happened when her 9th grader, Zariah Woodruff, went to ask a teacher a question.
Yo, he going to jail.
DeKalb County School District officials won't confirm the school employee's name, but say they are aware of what happened, sending us a statement today that reads in part, appropriate school personnel are fully cooperating with DCSD police in this matter. Following district protocols, the employee has been placed on paid administrative leave until the investigation is completed.
I want him not to be able to work with kids anymore. Maybe he needs some type of anger management.
But Zariah's family wants action now.
Something has to be done about it, period. Because if not, it's going to happen again. It's gonna happen again.
This is an ongoing investigation. For now in Ellenwood, Amanda Rose, Atlanta News First.
All right, that was Amanda Rose again reporting. Really upsetting story. Those parents, that family, clearly very troubled by that video and those allegations there. As soon as we get more information from the district, we'll be sure to post that online for you. I know a lot of people very distraught by that one. So we're going to wrap things up with a nice lighter story here tonight. This story offers me some hope. I hope it also offers you a little bit of hope as well. And this is a great story here out of Atlanta surrounding a skate park. Village Skate Park here in Atlanta is taking on the task of teaching kids life skills like how to cook and manage money. You don't see that at every skate park. Organizers say they wanted it to be more than just a safe spot to skate. So instead, they made it more of a community center for the action sports community. The staff is teaching kids skills like sewing, power tools, gardening, and how to make apparel. Like that on your screen. Now, the owners say that these skills make kids more self-reliant, and that is so true, isn't it? Admission is $8 for a day pass and $25 for a month. If you have any young people in your life, you might want to share that story with them. I know that if I was a little bit younger, maybe a couple decades younger, that would be such a fun place to go, with a lot of really cool opportunities too. I'm sure they get to make a lot of friends there as well. So anyways, that is the Village Skate Park here in Atlanta. Really cool story. I'm glad I got to share that one with you before we wrap things up here, news-wise at least. Okay, you know what time it is. We got a beautiful sunset for you. Look at this, taking a look over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in the background. We can see the CNN Center, Centennial Olympic Park. It's a beautiful day to be outside. We got my buddy over here, meteorologist Patrick Pete, making an entrance. And Patrick, how's it going? It's always good to hear from you.
Oh, fantastic. It's a good day to come to you all on a day when the weather makes me a likable person.
Well, Patrick, I would say you're always very likable.
Yeah,
One of
but
my
you know,
favorite people in this building. I don't say that to just everybody.
when it's raining and cold, people kind of, they kind of like to shade the weatherman.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. We did fantastic this evening. Really good evening to step outside and just relax and enjoy some very pleasant weather, which is nice. Hopefully you all are enjoying your Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday, so if you haven't had tacos yet or you're thinking about something to eat or make for dinner, tacos are easy. Tacos are good. Good idea to maybe sit outside on the back patio and eat those tacos. But you didn't come to me for food suggestions. Let's talk about the weather and the forecast, which is still looking pretty good as we head through the next couple of days. Several dry days, lots of sunshine for your Wednesday and Thursday. A few clouds trickle in Friday, but really just a bunch of gorgeous weather to talk about. Temperatures are going to be unseasonably warm out ahead of a cold front that is going to move into the area on Saturday. And that's where those rain and thunderstorm opportunities are in the cards for us for Saturday, and then things dry out on the backside Sunday. And we're actually going to see temperatures cool down a little bit. So a little bit of a roller coaster. Let's enjoy going up the hill as we head through the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to be warming into the 80s. We're talking about climbing into the lower 80s for your Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like we're having just a little bit of technical difficulties here. I'm going to make sure that I am routed in the right computer. I'm going to leave you guys with this sunset just for a second so that I can make sure we are calling for the right, and we are. So I'm going to go run to the Weather Center real quick, 30 seconds to hit play. Looks like my graphics aren't moving forward, so give me 1 second. And there we go. Hopefully you all are staying with me. Here's that hour-by-hour breakdown of your Wednesday, which is going to be gorgeous. High pressure continues to dominate, and that means we're going to see nothing but sunshine. Temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer as we start off the morning, expecting us to be in the upper 40s, low to mid 50s at around 7 o'clock. I'm a little windy, y'all, because I just ran to the weather center. We're not on TV, so I can give you a look behind the, what is it called, the third wall. My graphics were frozen, so I ran back out, and I had to catch my breath. But tomorrow is National Banana Day, so that's where that hour-by-hour forecast is sending us into the upper 70s around lunchtime and then into the 80s as we head into the afternoon. So really just going to be a gorgeous day to get out and about, ride your bikes, go for a nice 4, 5, 6 mile run, and enjoy some very nice weather. Heading into tomorrow evening, still some stunning numbers. Getting off work, if you wanted to get that workout in or maybe go and take your special one out for dinner, go ahead and make those reservations. Make them for 7, make them for the patio because it's going to be awesome outside tomorrow. Meanwhile, looking at even warmer numbers as we head towards your Thursday. Numbers in the mid-50s at 7 a.m., and we're already flirting with 80 degrees by lunchtime. So I would not be surprised if a couple of locations actually get into the mid-80s on Thursday. More southerly flow. Going to be a warm day. We're going to top out in the low 80s here in the city. A few clouds out ahead of that front, but then we're watching Saturday because that is the day that those showers and storms are pushing in along that cold front. Now, right now, the guidances are sending us those showers and thunderstorms earlier in the morning, and it's trending a bit fast, which means that we could have some dry time as we head into the evening. This is still several days out, so you're going to want to tune in as we head through the next couple of days as we fine-tune this hour-by-hour forecast for the weekend. But right now, it looks like we're going to be tracking the bulk of those showers exiting at around 12 o'clock. Clearing as we head into the early afternoon, but the winds are going to be a bit breezy on the backside of that front. And we're also going to be tracking wind shifting, and that's going to usher in some cooler air as we head into the overnight hours Saturday into Sunday. So I don't think we're going to be at freezing here in the city, but we're going to be very close to that in the mountains. Lots going on as we head towards the weekend. Lots you're going to be checking out the Braves. The Astros are in town. Friday and Saturday night games are at 7 o'clock in the evening. And we're looking at Friday being the best night to get tickets to go and check it out because we're going to be in the mid to upper 70s at around the time that first pitch occurs. Meanwhile, Saturday is going to be a little bit cooler, going to be breezy, and temperatures are going to be dropping through the evening. So if you're going to the game at 7:20, it's at 60 degrees, but those numbers are going to be falling into the 50s as we head into last inning. So make sure that you have that lighter jacket here if you're going out there because it will be noticeably cooler by the time that game is over. Meanwhile, Sunday's afternoon temperatures are going to be near 60 degrees. So we're talking about being borderline chilly as well Sunday if you're going out to Truist Park. 7-day forecast shows that drop in temperatures, all courtesy of the front. I mean, we're nearly 10 degrees above average Thursday. And then as we head into the weekend, when that front slides through, we see those showers and storms prompting that first alert for Saturday, and then cooler temperatures Saturday night into Sunday. And Sunday's afternoon temperatures are going to struggle to get to 60 degrees. So we're talking about being nearly 15 degrees below average across most of North Georgia. We'll see the trend start to improve a little bit heading into the work week, but we're still going to be well below the mid-70s, which is our number for this year. We're going to be 10 degrees cooler than that on Monday and struggling to get into 67 degrees on Tuesday. So you guys know that this is kind of like our intermission from a lot of the news that's going on right now. Our producers, digital producers, and everybody's working behind the scenes to give you some updated information on all of the happenings of the day. And your First Alert Weather team is doing the same. So as we've been telling you about this rain chance in this First Alert for Saturday, we are going to continue to dive into the model data and give you some updates on what we expect to happen over the course of the next few days. That update is coming at 9 from meteorologist Fred Campagna. I'm going to have that update for you at 10 as well on Peachtree TV. And you can get that final look at the forecast tonight at 11. So I'm going to leave you with the 7-day forecast. And I'll see you guys over the airwaves coming up in about an hour and a half.